Well, hey there, everybody. It's Thursday, March 19th, and I'm here to remind you about a few things that we have coming up. Of course, this week you're supposed to turn in the Outlier Study Questions set number 3, as well as start to do some preliminary researching on the topic for the person that you have chosen to write your research paper on. And I'd say by the end of this week, you should have nailed that down. You should have the person that you want to pursue and research in mind, and then begin pursuing that research, because you might find that things don't work out as you plan. So it's probably not a bad idea to have a second or third person on the list in case person number 1 doesn't work out. So those are the two things you need to be actively working on. Next week we're going to be doing number 4. I'll continue with lectures on a few of the other points that we have on the items in the blue box, which is right here again. You can see that we're going to be doing advantageous era of birth today, and that other items will be forthcoming next week. So we're going to be doing C, advantageous era of birth. Here it is again on the sign if you need to see it, advantageous era of birth. Okay, well, this is the one that in some respects is going to be most difficult to research, because you're probably not going to have any source material that says, oh yeah, all these other people were born at the same time and they turned out to have fantastic careers or were very successful in the area that the person that you're researching has achieved success. Remember that Gladwell's main example of this comes from the tech moguls that he points to in terms of Bill Gates and Bill Joy. To that you could add Steve Jobs. On the email I added a couple of other people who I found were born in the mid-50s, who were at the right age, as Gladwell says, to take advantage of the tech revolution in the form of the new personal home computer, the Altair 8800 that he makes reference to. In any case, you are looking for something similar to find other people who might be involved in the same area of pursuit that the person you've chosen, who are born within 4, 5, 6 years of the person that you're looking at. See if you can find a cluster of individuals that have the same kind of birth date that might have, taken advantage of the timing that's involved here that relates to the advantageous era of birth. We'll see this in one of the papers that we'll look at when we look at rough drafts. There's an interesting paper about Lang Lang, the great Chinese pianist, and one of the things that the person who wrote that paper was able to illustrate was that there are a number of other different Chinese pianists who were born at or around the same time that Lang Lang does. And the person makes a very good case for why that particular generation of Chinese pianists had a particular advantage or were able to take advantage of opportunities that previous generations of pianists who might have been born in China just couldn't take advantage of. So that's the kind of thing that you're going to be looking for. I gave you an example in the write-up that I sent out via email of Kulthum, this great megastar of Arab singing and Arab music, who, if you follow and look at the Wikipedia page, you can see what kind of career she had and what she means to Arab music. I would say she's probably to Arab music what Sinatra was to Western pop music, or Pavarotti to opera singing. in any case, the thing that really makes her be the voice of Arab music and Arab peoples is the advent of radio. She probably would have not been recognized or discovered as the voice of pan-Arab identity had it not been for radio. She might have suffered the fate of many before her who sang in local clubs in Cairo and Egypt. But once radio came into being, she was able to have her voice be piped across all of the Arab nations, and people really recognized her as a voice that stood up for that political identity of being Arab, particularly in the 60s when, after the 7-Day War with Israel. You can look at this and read about this online. I'm not going to go into detail like I might have had I been in class. But she really cements herself and solidifies herself as an important voice within Arab-speaking Arab peoples within the Middle East. So I would encourage you to take a look at her as another counterexample of an instance of people who are able to take advantage of technological revolutions, communications revolutions, that puts them in a place to capitalize on the opportunities that are put before them. I hope that you're able to find something like this for the person that you're looking at. Chances are you'll probably have to do a little bit of imaginative and creative thinking to come up with how some era or some kind of technological revolution applies to this person's life. But I wish you happy researching and happy sleuthing. Of course, I'm always available for a phone call if you get stuck or you need some help maybe applying this concept to the person that you're looking at. But until next time, I wish you good luck and finding some way to make the advantageous era of birth apply to the person that you're researching.